I bet. Dr. Dre in the place to be. Co-rockin' shit with my homeboy Steve. After Rhodium, get stupid, yo. Don't think that you can get none of Dre. The motherfucking doctor, the bitch hopper, the sucker motherfucking stopper. I'm fucked up, so don't mind what I'm saying. I'm just kicking it with Steve, Tony, A, and Susan. Yo, we be choosing dope shit to put in a mix. Know what I'm saying? We kick shit like and that's a fact. And if your shit ain't in the mix, you know it's whack. And that ain't no bullshit. I'm kicking facts on a serious tip. Word up, Dr. Dre's in full effect doing serious damage. Boy.
Tony A. Tony A. When you're ready, go.
Welcome back, everybody, to Rhodium Radio episode 127, and we are still here. Thank God for that. Other than that, today is football Sunday, and the Bucks just won. That's not my team, but I was pulling for Tom Brady anyways. But you know what? Let me give you guys a couple of announcements. Once again, you do want to buy yourself an ad. Convince yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I will buy an ad. I will buy an ad. And let me tell you why, because we get 500,000 views on our channel. Each episode averages about 10K views. That'll be about 10,000 people viewing your ad during the Rhodium Radio commercial breaks. So 1 minute, go to DOCUMIXERY/ad, and there you can see the prices for 1 minute, one episode, for 2 weeks, which includes 4 episodes, or you can buy a whole month, which includes 8 episodes that so many people would be able to see your ad. I don't care if you're want to promote a restaurant, you want to promote your dogs, if you want to promote your merch, if you want to promote your OnlyFans page, buy yourself an ad. So you can also go to DOCUMIXERY.com, buy merch. We have hats, shirts, eventually probably G-strings. So, but other than that, we'll get to all of that during the commercial breaks. So without further ado, please allow me to introduce my very special guest, episode 127, the one and only Nightmare.
The motherfucking Nightmare.
How you doing, brother? Aquí nomás, bro. Haciéndome pendejo. How you been, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Yourself?
Good. You know what? I want to clear something up really quick because I know you were supposed to be on here a while back.
Simon.
And we postponed it, and the timing is perfect.
It's perfect.
So
everything falls into place.
Yeah. So
God is good, dog.
Yes, God is good, and I'm glad you're here.
¿Qué huele, Raza? Nightmare in the building.
Nightmare.
Which motherfucking camera do I look?
You don't have to look at anybody. One of them will catch you.
Simon.
So other than that, listen, I'm a sports guy. I love football. You watch football at all?
I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't follow football, dog.
Okay.
I'm a sports guy. I play sports, but I'm all about soccer.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a soccer player.
Okay.
Since I was a little kid, desde los 6 años.
Okay.
So, but football is my brother.
Okay.
My older brother he was a Niners fan.
Oh, all right.
A Niners fan. So I kind of, I like the Niners because of him, because there was that time where Joe Montana, right? Jerry Rice. Those are the ones I know, dog.
Yeah.
And they were dope. Los vatos estaban chingones.
Okay, so you were Chivas or?
Iba a decir chale, pero saludos a toda la raza de Guadalajara. No. A mí me cae el América, homie.
El América?
El América.
Okay.
Simón.
All right, cool.
I'm an America fan.
My dad was pulling for Chivas.
Yeah. But they're eternal enemies, right?
Right.
Yeah. Right. But I mean, America is my team.
That'll work. So do you follow them religiously?
I don't get you though. What do you mean?
Like, do you follow them like every time they play?
That's what you mean. Okay. No, tampoco.
Okay.
Tampoco. I there's when I have time and I'm with family, but a veces no. I'm busy doing other things. But I don't even like to watch them, bro, because if they lose, me agüito y engacho, Mm-hmm. So I don't get pissed off. I'm not like one of those. What would I say? Those fucking crazy fans that'll just fucking punch people out there because their team loses and shit. And I don't do that.
I know a bunch of people like that.
Yeah, dog. Está cabrón eso. I don't do that. No. I carry myself with style. I respect other people's teams and shit.
Right. I'm glad you said that you're not one of those like fanatics that turns crazy.
Exactly, fanatic.
The reason why I say that is because my Thanksgiving was always determined if the Cowboys won. I would have a good Thanksgiving. If they lost,
right. It's. I mean, it was like that for me back growing up with that America team.
Yeah.
And but that shit sucks, man. You know, where you're depending on that for like throughout your day and see how your mood is gonna be in.
Right.
All because of a team. No, chale, ta cabrón.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
but yeah, but as far as that though, football, I guess the Niners, I would say.
Okay. Any baseball team?
Baseball team, tampoco lo watcho, homie.
Okay. Basketball?
The Bulls,
The Bulls.
straight
okay.
up. Michael Jordan is a chingon.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, no disrespect to Kobe, no disrespect
course,
to
of course
Magic,
not.
but in my opinion, I'm a Jordan fan to the bone. Pippen
Well,
and
you know
Jordan.
what? I could speak for a lot of Laker fans because even though we love Kobe, Lakers are our team, but you cannot ever hate, Michael Jordan. Everybody was a Michael Jordan fan when he was
That's
active,
right.
out there dunking on everybody.
In my opinion, I was a youngster. I got to see him play though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was a little kid, I could say, but el vato, he just innovated the game. He was something else, you know.
Of course.
I mean, along with the other ones that were there before him, like Larry Bird, Magic, and the other ones. But Jordan is just like. Then again, my brother liked him, so I was a Jordan fan as well.
Okay.
The Bulls, man.
Okay. Let me ask you this because whenever I have time,
Sí.
I watch a lot of fucking movies. Cuando tengo tiempo.
Simon.
Do you watch a lot of movies? Are you a movie guy?
Nah, yeah. I'm a movie guy straight up. I love every weekend. Si no estuviera aquí, I'll be watching a movie or a series.
Okay.
So right now, what I'm watching is fucking The Night Stalker.
Okay. How far are you into that?
I'm like 2 episodes in.
Okay, me too. I haven't had a chance to see the other 2 episodes.
Yeah.
How do you like it so far?
Está chingón. It's dope.
Yeah.
That motherfucker was something else.
I know.
You know? If you want to talk about real killers and shit, this fool was a fucking crazy motherfucker, man.
And he didn't give a
The
fuck.
way-
He straight tell you, hell Satan.
Exactly. My wife and I were talking about that, and because we were watching it together, and we were talking about how this fool didn't give a fuck. Like, he did it. He even did it to fucking law enforcement people. Try to do it, and he didn't give a fuck. Like, certain days apart, killing people and shit, which I don't condone. That's fucked up.
Of course not.
Innocent people, that was innocent people. Pero this story is it's interesting, in the eyes of I would say law enforcement and other people in general. When you get people like that, it's very rare.
I know.
You get
I know.
motherfuckers like that. You know, so you got to be careful with those motherfuckers.
Ese cabrón le valió la
Le valía verga, se metía y te mataba y se hacía un sándwich y
Yeah.
a la verga enfrente de ti.
Exactly,
He
bro.
didn't give a fuck. He's like, I'll have some dinner, cereal, whatever the fuck, and I'll bounce the fucker and I'll go to the next one.
And that motherfucker used to bang Satan.
Exactly.
Not no hood.
666.
Yeah, he used to bang Satan.
666, like the real,
Yeah.
the real deal.
Fuck. Even in court. Hell Satan. Ese
Sí,
cabrón.
man. I knew, the first time I heard about that dude, I heard about him in a song. It was, I guess it was a Chicano rap song, right? And I was like, who is this motherfucker? Richard Ramirez, right? And then I looked him up, and it turns out that one of my teachers back in high school, she moved out a certain area where she lived at because the dude was doing his shit out there. So she got to experience a little bit of what that dude was doing at the time. I guess it was the 80s, right?
Right.
So late. I'm from 86.
Okay.
So I was born around that time when he was doing that.
Bro.
How do you like the series, though? Está
So
chingona.
far, so good. I said,
It's entertaining, yeah.
yeah, I said that I would give my opinion once I was done.
Yeah.
But so far, I would recommend it.
Yeah.
Because they're giving very, very detailed
Very
of
detailed.
all his fucking moves, bro.
Yeah.
The way.
And just the thing that's impressing, though, how you touched on it, he didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He really didn't give a fuck, and that's like, damn, está cabrón. No te quieres topar con un cabrón así, Fuck that. Right?
Well, would you rather go ahead though with a fucking gang member or a Satanist?
No, pues un pinche cholo, homie. You know what I'm saying?
Porque este güey, este güey will start fucking putting curses on your ass.
That's crazy, bro.
You know?
No, that fool don't play, man. That fool didn't play, and him and who else was doing some evil shit like him? Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy was what got me about Ted Bundy though, that he was a smart dude.
Very
He
fucking
was
smart.
intellectual, smart. The dude wanted to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
And
But he
I
turned out
know
to be
that-
a liar.
Exactly. And how he got away from how he escaped prison or jail.
Yeah.
One of those. twice.
Y el otro güey que comía verga, ¿cómo se llama? Este güey,
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
They found all the body parts except the dick.
That's crazy. I mean, Jeffrey Dahmer was another fucking crazy dude.
Yeah.
And most of them were around the same time, right? So there was a lot of that going on.
All right, let's get off of these guys, bro. Fuck that.
That psycho motherfuckers, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let me ask you this. I watch a lot of movies. I also watch a lot of documentaries. I was going to bring up the Night Stalker, so I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of football today. Today, Kansas City beat the Browns.
Okay.
The Browns put up a good fight. They just didn't have enough.
So who's like the top right now, the champion, or because I don't even follow
Okay,
it. Who are the
there's going to be
champions
two
right now?
games next week.
Okay.
Green Bay versus Tampa Bay.
Uh-huh.
The winner goes to the Super Bowl. That represents the NFC side.
Okay.
On the AFC side, here you have, help me out. I just said it, Kansas City, and what's the other team? Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills.
The Bills.
Okay.
So whoever the winner of these, Super Bowl.
Oh,
So-
okay. So it's like I would say it's the kind of like basketball, like East Coast and West Coast.
Yes,
type of deal?
absolutely. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So and you know the two best teams play from
Yeah.
different sides.
That's
so,
cool, man.
I'm pulling for Tom Brady.
Who are you rooting for though?
Tom Brady, he plays for the Bucks.
Okay.
This is his first year with Tampa Bay.
That's what I was gonna say. Wasn't he
Patriots.
Patriots, New England, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's bad, man.
Yeah,
He's
he
a bad
left,
dude.
and now he's over here. He's one game away from the Super Bowl again.
Hijo de su pinche madre.
He's that fucking good.
He's that good, man.
So hey, you know what? And
He was born to do that shit.
yes, he was.
Yeah.
They asked him this question, and I believe Kobe kind of gave the same answer. Maybe my boy Brian could help me out. Pero le preguntaron. They asked Tom Brady, which one is your favorite ring? Because he has 5 rings. Okay, and he said, my next one.
Ande cabrón. Like
My
that.
next one, bro. So,
Yeah.
and that's a good.
Sin miedo al éxito, a la verga.
Yeah, you know the
That's
thing
what's-
is
yeah.
with him is that I want to win.
Yeah, he wants to win.
I want to win,
Yeah.
bro. And let me tell you something. The way I am, I like to see people win, bro.
That's right.
I mean, think about this for a second. What enters a man's heart that he wants to look at somebody else and say, I hope he loses or I hope he fails? Why would you think that about someone?
Está cabrón. I don't.
But there's
I
some
can't
people-
picture people thinking like that. You know.
Yeah, well, I know
Everyone
a
has
few.
their own struggle.
Yeah.
Everyone goes through their own fucking situations, and all we can hope for is for them to become successful in life. You know.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, you're right. Now, let me ask you this. For those that may not know, where originally are you from? Where did you grow up at?
I was born in Mexicali,
Okay.
Baja California. Saludos a toda mi gente de Chicali. I was born out there, and I came out here to the States, well, I would say just across the border in Imperial Valley. We're neighbors when I was 3 years old.
Oh, shit. What the hell was that? What's that? Everything good? Okay, go check. Do me a favor. We're going to go ahead and go to a commercial break. And welcome back, everybody, to Rhodium Radio. So, first and foremost, there were fireworks. So, without further ado, please allow me to introduce again MTO. ¿Cómo estás?
MTO, you call me, but much love to my boy MTO.
MTO.
Because he just texted you right now. What's cracking, MTO?
MTO.
That's right, dog.
Dale.
I'm good. We're good, man. We're good. I thought fucking it was 4th of July. What the fuck? We're good, man.
Some motherfucker threw a pack of firecrackers over the fence.
No, pues está cabrón. Que nos invite, homie.
Exactly, bro. So, other than that, let's continue where we were. Oh, yeah. Where originally are you from?
I'm from, originally born Mexicali.
Okay.
In Chicali. So, I was born in Mexicali. I came over here to the States, like I said, in Imperial Valley when I turned 3 years old. Mm-hmm. So, I've been in Imperial Valley since I was 3 years old. I crecí, you know, that's my town.
Okay.
That's right.
That'll work. And you come from a big family?
I would say it's 4 brothers, including myself, 1 sister. No, it's just 4 of us. I don't consider that a big family.
Okay.
You know, I think it's a medium, right? Medium family, I would call it. But definitely, we're very tight.
Okay,
you know.
That'll work. Growing up, what type of music would you say you were raised with? Like, what type of music would your mother, what type of music would your father play?
My mom used to she used to listen to Mexican music, like Los Temerarios.
Okay.
Los Bukis, Juan Gabriel, all that legendary shit out there in Mexico.
Right.
You know, ¿qué más? Los Caminantes, all that stuff. My dad would listen to a little bit of everything.
Okay.
And he used to like, he likes rock and roll, ¿verdad? Even though he doesn't understand what the fuck they're saying. He likes
Right.
it. I would say rock, the Credence, that's what they're called. Yeah, my dad loves them. Pero, shit, let me get a little closer to the mic. And myself, I grew up listening to Tigres del Norte, Los Tucanes, fucking rap, Chicano rap. Mainly Chicano rap, that's what since I was a kid.
Okay.
Chicano rap, yeah.
Chicano rap. Okay, you know what? And that's kind of a new one right there because a lot of people that come here, the majority of the people that listen to music is pretty much been, if you will, like black rap. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, the Tupacs, the Eazy-E's, you know, or the East Coast stuff like that, you know. But yeah, you know what? That's interesting that you said you grew up on Chicano rap. How did you get introduced to Chicano rap? As far as was it friends? Was it people from the neighborhood? Or
It was people from the neighborhood, the apartment complex where we were at. Most of us, like I said, came from Mexicali. So and even so, our parents knew each other. You know, so we came out here. A few of them back in the 80s. I myself, I was here by 89.
Okay.
You know, so it was the 80s, late 80s. And we were introduced to Chicano rap. Myself, I was introduced to Chicano rap by my friends, my homies, you know. You thought, I mean, I really, at first, let me tell you, I didn't know what the concept of Chicano rap was, right? I just heard some dude, as soon as I heard the dude say some Spanish words, I was like, that's me. That's us. You know, like I said, I never grew up on Snoop, on Dre, Eazy-E, NWA. No disrespect to them, you know. I know they're great. Right. Tupac's. I've never bought a CD from them. So to me, it was the first rapper I would say that I ever heard. It was Little Rob.
Really?
Little Rob was the first one I've heard.
Wow. Do you remember pretty much like what song maybe?
I remember where I was at, and the song that was bumping at the time. I was at this party out there in Mexicali, but I was a little youngster. I was like 11 years old. And there was a party. It was like a quinceañera. But some homies were bumping the fucking speakers. They were blasting the speakers, right? And I heard that funk. Boom, 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 right? But I heard I was hearing what the dude was saying.
Right.
And I thought that the homie was referring himself as Little Rock. Oh. Little Rock, right? So I was like, who is Little Rock? Right? And it was Jump in the Ride. That was the first song I heard. So, and that shit distracted me though. Yeah, so it was Jump in the Ride, And after that is when everything just started piling up. Se vinieron todos los Chicano rappers, you know?
Right, right.
Then I heard Brownside.
Oh, okay.
Brownside was something different, though. Yeah. That was that hardcore gangster rap.
Right, right, right.
And then it was, what else did I? It was, Spanish Fly. Rich Rock.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so, and other rappers.
Okay.
Other rappers.
Were you ever a fan like a Proper Dos?
You know what, dog? Recientemente, I've been bumping Frank V, Proper Dos.
Oh, yeah?
I've never really listened to him. I've never really paid attention to his music like that.
Wow.
You know, all of a sudden I'm on YouTube and I searched him. He had some good shit, or he has some good shit.
Right.
Like the content was tight.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I like this song. I like this other song. So because when he first came out, the ones I heard, and they were about like empowering, you know,
Yeah.
the brown side, the brown pride, and that's what I'm all about. You know, I've always felt that us Mexicans, we have a lot of talent.
Yeah.
We do. We just don't get put on like that.
Right.
You know, and I'm one of them. I consider myself a person that has been doing it since I was 11 years old.
Uh-huh.
You know, and I don't get put on like that. But you gotta find your way. You know.
Yeah.
To do
yeah.
things.
Yeah. Around what age would you say you were inspired or motivated to actually start rapping or start writing?
It was right after I heard Little Rob Brownside.
And around how old were you?
I was 12 years old, 11, 12. Because I remember I was in 6th grade, and I was already writing songs, which they sucked at the time, right? I consider they sucked. But I was listening to I was writing lyrics already, and I was trying to come up as a little rapper in the neighborhood. And but of course the homies didn't fucking believe in what I was, but I kept with it. I started writing. I kind of mastered it, but that was the age really young, 11 years old, 12 years old.
Okay. And when you started writing stuff, were you like sharing it with like some of the homies? And if you did, like, what was their response?
You know, back in the day, I felt like it was a little private for me.
Okay.
It was just private. I kept it to myself. I just thought that they were gonna like what I was doing. Como que no les iba a gustar, you know.
Right.
They were gonna clown. But what I did, I asked my moms to buy me a keyboard.
Okay.
Right, a keyboard. And then she bought me a karaoke machine. And then she bought me little things here and there. That was like every Christmas. It's not like she bought me everything off like una pinche compra, you know. It was like,
Right,
okay.
right.
And I used to come from school, get home from school. I locked myself in the room and I started playing, and I learned how to play the keyboard by ear.
Really?
So I started making my own beats.
Wow.
Because at the time you gotta understand. I mean, I was, and this is late '90s though,
Yeah.
but I was a youngster. I didn't have no money to go to the studio. I didn't have a license to drive myself up there, so I really wanted to be part of it. So ¿qué es lo que hice yo? I just started making my own little beats, writing my songs, and I used to record myself before the karaoke machine. I used to put myself real close to, like, you know, those grabadoras with the microphone on them.
Yeah.
I fucking used to read the lyrics one take, right? It didn't sound good though, but it was the way I was supposedly recording myself, making my own little songs. And then the homies heard them after a while, and it was like, all right, he raps. That's it.
Okay.
You know?
Now, when you would record it and you would play back, did you like what you heard?
No, not at all.
Why was that?
My voice, I didn't like it. I didn't like the fact that I wasn't getting, I didn't have a rhythm to the song.
Okay.
You know, I didn't have the rhyming pattern. I didn't know what a 16 was.
Okay.
You know, I didn't know the bars. I didn't know when to jump into song, at what time, what was the perfect time to do so. You know, I never knew about the 4, 6, or 8 bars,
Right.
the beat before you come in. So I would just jump on it, and then I'll just try to make it sound like it was good. But at the end of the day, it sounded like shit to me. You know, but I kept those tapes.
Wow.
I kept those tapes. My mom has them.
Really?
Yeah. 12
Wow.
years old. And I'll tell you this much, my voice sounded the same. Sounds the same. I've always made my voice sound deep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so if you go back, it's not like I sound like a morrillo, pues.
Okay.
You know,
Now,
fucking nightmare. No.
When you did that, did you let other people hear it?
Yeah, I used to invite the homies from the neighborhood, the ones my age, porque estaban los más grandes, the ones that grew up with me in school,
right?
And used to take them into my studio, right? Era el cuarto. So we go in there, and I wanted all of them to fucking start rapping with me, like do our little neighborhood clique,
right?
But most of them, it's like they liked what they were hearing, but they didn't want to jump on the song. They didn't want to be rappers, right? But they liked it. They liked it though. In my opinion, I didn't like what I was hearing. Right. I think it's like everything, man. You get better as you master it.
Right.
So I would say that by the time I reached a los 15, 14, 15, it's when I got introduced to the first home studio.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The homies had a fucking the computer, the microphone, and all that. And I used to just go in there, and there was a room where donde lavaban. They had a sheet just hanging there.
Right.
Trying to do the soundproof.
Right.
And that's when I first started rapping, though. Really, really rapping, putting stuff on CD. And I to my knowledge, I think it did sound good.
Good.
Because I took it to high school.
Okay.
And then I used to play it to teachers in high school.
Okay.
I played it, but I never let them know that it was me, because I wanted to hear their real opinion.
Yeah.
I didn't want them to be like, "Oh, it's cool because it's you."
Right.
I used to play it, and they was like, "Yeah, who is this guy? Like, he sounds good." Yeah, and I'm like, "Oh, it's because I like his shit." Right, and then afterwards, I'd be like, "That's me," but they didn't believe it was me. I'm like, "That's me. That's me."
All right. Check it out. We're going to go ahead and press pause right there. We're going to come back. We're going to take a 10-minute break, and we'll be back with more Nightmare.
That's right.
All right, everybody. Once again, call somebody, text somebody, slap shit out somebody. As a matter of fact, light some motherfucking fireworks. We'll be back right now with Nightmare. 10 minutes. Don't fuck around. We'll be back.
Rhodium radio's popping, the taco stays dripping and dropping. With John motherfucking Pocket Pussy ELKINS. And you know she felt it. So stay ready. It's gonna be a hard act to swallow. So take your blue shoe and Spanish fly and enjoy the groove.
Welcome back, everybody, to Roadium Radio episode 127. And I'm not going to waste any more time. We'll just go ahead and jump right into it with Knightmare. How you doing?
El Pesadilla, that's right.
El Pesadilla.
I'm good, carnal. I'm good. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited. Thank you for having me. First of all.
Oh well, thank you. Well, thank you for coming down, bro.
Like
you drove a nice little long ways.
Está cabrón.
But you know what? You're here.
I'm here.
Okay.
Thank God.
Yes. So let me ask you this. So you started showing the demo off in high school to your buddies.
Same one.
The feedback was actually positive.
It was good. It was positive.
Okay, it's positive. Now, do you remember when you released or when you started working on your first project or first single?
Yeah, I was 17 years old.
Okay.
I was 17 years old. I was still in high school, 16, going on 17, and I got pretty much I got plugged into this little home studio through a good friend of mine. He goes by the name of Minded. So much love to Minded. He introduced me to that. I would say that a digital studio. Okay. You know, because I was doing cassette things and all that. So the first time I really started recording an album, right, and it was when I was 17. I did, si no me equivoco, homie, I did like 13 tracks.
Really?
Yeah, I produced all the beats. It's actually on my channel.
Really?
So when I was 17 years old, I even got the picture of when I was 16, 17. So it has 13 rolas. All the production is done by me. So, I mean, I didn't, like I said, ahorita ya tienes, you know, they got all the, with the computer, you can do a lot, you know.
Of course.
You can boost up like sounds in here and there. So back then, we didn't know what the fuck was going on. It's like we weren't producers like that or engineers, nevertheless, you know. But we did what we could, you know, and the music sounded good in our ears, right? Para nosotros. And all the homies really liked it. They liked it. And that was my first project I ever recorded. 17. Wow. 17. Then the second one, it's also on my YouTube channel. All this music, I'm about to release it on the barely on the digital platforms. Okay. So the second one was it's called The Sinister. Okay. Nightmare the Sinister. The first one's called I named it Top Notch.
And why Top Notch out of all names?
Out of all names, because I thought that it was going to be the first one, the first baby I ever put together. So in my mind, I was like, this is the top notch shit that I got to do the best songs I can possibly can. So I really thought that I did a hell of a work with my, I thought so, you know. Por eso le puse Top Notch. And the second one was The Sinister. It was a little darker. Right. Because I was going through some moments, you know, in life where I was a youngster. I was 19, 20. But that album I recorded out there in San Diego. So it was more professional quality, studio quality. The beats also as well were banging beats, West Coast shit. And I think I did improve a lot. I improved a lot from my first, you know, my first album going into The Sinister.
How did your first album do?
The first album, you know what? I made myself, I would say, I made myself a bet. I said, you know what? I'm going to make some copies. So I went to fucking Staples. You feel me? I went to Staples. I didn't have a photographer. Okay. So what I did, I just took off a picture that someone took of me when I was 16 at the time. And I'm in front of my brother's Camaro. So it's a blurry picture right when you put it together on the album. And then on the back of the CD, it was just the song, the name of the songs, right? Y puso un panteón. That was that, you know. Okay. And people actually liked it because I sold the CD for $5. So I went around town selling my own CD. Okay. And they were buying that shit. And I only made a certain amount of copies. I made like fucking 200 copies.
Wow. Okay.
You know? So I got my money back, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, sometimes you have to hustle like that.
You have to hustle. You have to invest, and I know that. And most of the time, you don't get to see that money come back. But if you love the game, if you love music, if you're passionate about it, keep doing it. Eventually, one day it's gonna pay off. Yeah. You know, because I'm talking. This is a dream I've had since I was 11 years old. Not many rappers can say that. I'm 34 now. Yeah. A lot of rappers. Oh, no disrespect, you know, and much love to them, and keep doing what you guys are doing. Some of them have the opportunity, the chance, and even they have the luck. Where I'm not going to take away their talent. You know,
Right.
they could be talented, that they start, let's just say, when they're 20, and by the time they hit 23, they're already known everywhere.
Yeah.
It could be because they really put in work. Because I've always thought that myself, I'm away, bro. I'm in Imperial Valley. Allá no hay nada, la verga. You know, we don't have fucking studios. We the first mall we ever had out there.
Right.
This was back in 2005. The first mall.
Wow.
Ever out there. So allá es puro barrio, you know. Pura raza que nos conocemos. And what did we do for fun? Go out to the park. They played basketball, soccer, chill with the homies. You know, in fucking high school. Just buddies, you know. Camaradas. So we didn't have much. So that was, to me, it was a disadvantage, I would say. You know, it was a disadvantage because
Right.
at the time I didn't have the money.
Of course.
I was young. I didn't have homies that were involved in music.
Right.
You know, I had to pretty much myself. I fucking kick doors myself, pa abrir, you know, crack them windows, let myself in, a huevo. And it's still like that. It's still like that. It's a journey. I love it, man, because I mean, I could say this: if I ever go back, and I'm not thinking of myself being a successful fucking. I don't think of myself being the best, or I don't want to compete with anyone. I'm just competing with myself.
Right.
To me, I love this. I don't even see it as a sport. I see it as passion. I see it as I need it, you know.
Right.
I need to go in the studio and just hear the music, write lyrics. You know how it is, man. Sometimes you're sleeping at fucking 1 a.m. and boom, te levantas. You're like, oh shit, some ideas pop in your head. That's music, man. That's for music lovers, you know.
Right.
That's
right.
when you really do it from the heart, and you've been doing it for a minute, so you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
You know, since you were what age were you?
Dude, I've been in the music business in 1987.
Fíjate.
1987,
bro. I was born in 86, carnal.
Yeah.
So imagínate. I was a year old when you were already doing this shit.
You know, but let me tell you something that is very, very true in this business, man. And if you ever want to make it, it's that, I mean, you sold CDs, I sold mixtapes.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is in the 80s. And I was very fortunate to meet the people that I met through this man, Steve. You know, this man, Steve Yano, who sold at the Rhodium Swami. That's why we call it the Rhodium Radio.
Yeah.
He's the one that introduced me to everybody in this business. And I always give credit where credit is due, because if it wasn't for him, I probably would not be sitting here. I probably would not have ever had a record deal. I probably wouldn't be doing those mixtapes. I probably would have never have met Dre, Cube, Easy. Probably never would have met Quick, Second Tenant, AMG, High C.
Right.
Probably would have never been on tour.
Exactly.
But if you trace it all back, it all goes back to him. So, you know, we always got to thank people.
Thank people, and most and foremost, thank God.
Yes,
Because
absolutely.
God puts things in your place, carnal, that sometimes you don't even imagine how that. I always tell my family, I always knew since I was. I have a homework I made back when I was 11 years old, and they asked me, "What do you want to do when you grow up?" I said, "I want to be a rapper. I want to meet these artists,
Right.
This rapper, this other rapper," and I met them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I've been around rappers. But then again, that doesn't define my career. Right. They're not going to define my career because I have to put in the work myself. You know, and I know what it is. I'm still going through it. You know, it's like I said, it is a journey, it is an experience. But at the end of the day, is when you go back and you trace it and you look back and you're like, fuck. A la verga, you know, I kept doing this shit. I kept going. I'm proud of myself.
Right.
Pat yourself on the back. Right?
Absolutely.
That's right, man. That's all you can do.
Right.
You know, and enjoy the grind, the struggle.
Yeah.
Appreciate the struggle.
Absolutely.
You know, because that's when you know where you're at. You know where your feet are at.
Yeah.
You know, you don't no te levas, pues, you know.
You know, I was successful in the music industry, okay? And I'm thankful that I was able to get a gold record, because that was my...
That's what's up.
That was my, if you will, my goal.
Your goal.
I wanted to accomplish selling. Of course, I wish I could have sold more, but 500,000 records.
But then
is
you put your mind into it and you made it happen.
Right, I made it happen.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's an act of God.
Right.
I believe in that. I believe in destiny. I believe in all that.
Right.
You know,
Now,
so-
one thing that my father said to me years ago, he said that, of course, it sounds better in Spanish. He said that food tastes better when you worked hard for
A
it.
huevo. A huevo.
Okay. You know,
Es neta esa madre.
yeah, nothing's really going to come easy. You know, I mean, you're going to go through the struggle.
And if it comes easy, what happens?
Yes.
No le tomas aprecio.
Yeah.
You don't appreciate it as much as when you were sweating, crying out for this shit, you know, bleeding for this shit. It's like, it tastes better.
Yeah.
You know, it feels better when you know you earned it yourself.
You know,
with hard work.
And I say this to encourage not only young artists, but even artists that are probably struggling and maybe thinking about giving up. This is a quote that people kind of give the credit to Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't even know if he ever really said it, but it's a powerful quote. He said that many people want to take the elevator to success when you have to take the stairs.
The stairs. I've heard that before.
You know,
I don't know if he said it.
Right.
But why you have to see the journey.
Yeah.
With your own eyes. Tienes que mirarlo, you know, and appreciate it. Because a lot of people go through it, but they don't appreciate it. They complain about it.
Right.
They're like, fuck that. But it's like, would you do it all over again just to be in this position you're in? I bet so.
Yeah.
You know, if you're successful now, and like I said, God is everything, carnal. Okay?
Yeah.
Shit gets put in place for a reason.
Right.
So sometimes it's a struggle that you got to appreciate the most.
I wish that I could, of course, like everybody else, bro. I wish that I could have made things different, you know, different decisions, you know. But, you know, through those mistakes, or people want to call them failures, or going through the wilderness, if you will, you gain wisdom, you gain knowledge, and you come out of it more successful.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that myself at a young age, I'm not that young, you know, but I'm still young. I consider myself young. I think I wanna embed that in my head, the positive things.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, I was younger, and I was going through my little rough moments, but that shit didn't get me anywhere. You know, I can't go out there and try to pichi patear al perro, you know, because I'm mad and shit. I'm like, hey, I gotta work hard for my shit, you know. I gotta work hard for my shit. No one isn't like, it's no one's fault if you don't get to where you're trying to get. Right. You know, you have to hustle. You know, eso lo tengo en mi cabeza desde morrito, you know. Because I was, like I said, check this out. I was born in Mexicali. My family's from Mexicali. I'm out there 3-4 times a week.
Uh-huh.
I'm good out there, you know. I got people that love me out there. I mean, I have family out there. And then when we came over here to the States, this is real shit. My mom used to sell candy and food, comida, you know, ahí en los apartamentos where we lived. And it made me, and not just that though, she worked the fields. She worked the fucking fields, man. I worked the fields myself. I fucking worked at the lettuce, onion, fucking stacking up all kinds of, I worked those jobs as well. That cabrón levantarse, getting up at fucking 2 a.m. to save your spot because you go in at 6. So we have to drive to this certain place where all the field workers hang by, right?
Right.
Just so they can secure their shift. It's like that. And los vatos se esperan ahí desde las 2, and then they take off like carpool, right? And of course, you got to pay your carpool. You know, you got to pay the gas. And then you wait there in the fucking car, freezing. Is the middle of December, January, February, at fucking 4 a.m, freezing, waiting till 6 o'clock in the morning arrives. Then, órale acá, chingarle.
Yeah.
You know, you go in there y empiezas I work celery, el apio. I was a fucking ninja with that shit. I got good at that shit, but I didn't want to do that all my life.
Right.
You know? And then I've had my jobs though, but what I'm trying to say about my mom is that she worked in fields and then some, you know, to make ends meet. But we got to understand though, everyone, we're blessed out here in the U.S.
Yes, absolutely. We're
blessed. We have fucking government housing, government assistance, I'm sorry, las pinches, el desempleo, las estampillas, carnal. You know that out there in Mexico, and I don't mean to bring this up, but this is for all you spoiled babies. You know that out there in Mexico, if you don't work, you don't eat. Period. Not just in Mexico, in third world countries. And I know that in Nigeria, the kids, the tribes out there, they eat mud. They made like mud, shit like that, you know?
You know
so
what, bro?
you learn to appreciate shit like that.
And I'm glad you said that if you don't work, you don't eat. I want to share something with you, because it happened to me a long time ago at a gas station. I had a little Bible, like a little pocket Bible, okay? And I had it in my glove compartment. One guy comes up to me. By the way, this guy ruined it for me giving money to anybody coming up to me asking. He comes up to me, goes, "Excuse me, sir, do you have any money that I can have?" And I said, "Bro, I don't give away money. I work for my money."
Yeah.
And he goes like, "Yeah, but I'm really, really hungry." And I said, "Come on, I'll go inside, buy you something." I think I was like at an AM/PM or something. And he was like, "No, I'd rather just take the money." And I said, "Bro, don't lie to me."
Exactly.
I said, "Don't lie to me." So I said, "Okay, hold on. Let me go inside and get some change." So here's what I did. Grabbed the $5. You get money back. Grabbed $5. And I told my boy, I said, "You know what? Go in the glove compartment. It's a little pocket Bible." So I went ahead and put it in the Bible, the $5. It was sticking out about this much. So I handed it to him, okay? And here's what he did. No lie. He with his fingers, he grabbed the $5 and pulled them out. And I said, no, I'm giving you the Bible too. And here's what he said. He goes, "No, because that Bible tells me I have to work for this."
Charlie. He said
That's what he said, bro.
It's like that, man. It's like that. And I'm glad you brought that up, because I've done that before, where I'm like, I gave money, like most of us have given away money. And I mean, I can't judge people también, you know. Most of them are junkies. Most of them are on their shit. It's a sad world, carnal. It's a sad world. Pero what I do now, and I started doing, I go out there, like I said, I'm from Mexicali as well, you know, it's the connection right there in Valle Imperial, Mexicali. I go out there every certain time, and I take out sandwiches, chips, sodas, and me paro ahí en un pinche parque, and I give it out to the people. Make a line, you know, boom, boom, boom. O sea, let your homies know that we're giving shit away, you know, because I know what it is. I know how the struggle is. I worked them jobs. I see my jefa worked her ass off. Right. You know, when I was a kid, I'd be embarrassed. You know, okay, la jefa este vato vende comida. They laughed and shit. And I was like, fuck it, you know, it is what it is. But now seeing it as an adult, I'm like, this is an example. They lead. That we're supposed to take this as an example. Not everything is given to someone. Yeah. You know?
No, you're right. And we need to be thankful for that. But, you know, switching gears here up a little bit, because we're running out of time here. What can people expect from Knightmare? Anything 2021? Fill us in. Any visuals, any new music?
Matter of fact, this is what we got right now. This is the actual album. It has 13 tracks. It's called Dia de la Independencia. Okay. All Spanglish. And this one came out 2019. Okay. I pressed copies. I sold them all. This is the last copy for real, though. I don't lie, homie. Okay. The last copy, and I brought it because I don't know how you want to do it, but one of your viewers is gonna get it. I can just go back home, ship it out with a poster, signed poster. Okay. So I don't know how you want to manage that, though, but I want to give it away. This is an album. Let me shout out the homies. Yeah. I want to shout out VMF for the production, YK1, the homie, what's it called? Seldom Seen. Yeah. Homie Seldom Seen. The homie Kiki Romero. The homie, I can't even see the damn fucking letters though. But and right now I'm actually working on the newest project. Okay. And I'm already 6 or 7 songs in. I got the homie Romero from Clica One on it. Okay. So much love to Romero. What's up? From Vegas and New Mexico. Okay. I got GPA out of San Diego. Okay. I mean GPA. What's up to GPA? I got who else do I have? I have Cosme. He's bad with them hooks, man. He does a lot of good singing. And we'll see who else will come out, you know. But I'm talking to a certain artist, and I'm working on that. I got my own my clothing brand. Okay. It's called Azteca Imperial. Azteca because I'm Mexican, Imperial for Valle Imperial. Yeah. So I'm getting a lot of love from Mexico, La República de Mexico, from Michoacán, from Baja California, El DF, Guanatos, you know, everywhere, man. Puebla, Morelos, everywhere. Awesome. So, La Raza es a toda madre, you know. And I had a chance, bro. I want to shout out my homie, Little Rob. Go for it. What's going on, Rob? I had a chance to kick it with him just last week, and we had a good conversation. Thanks to my homie MTO, who linked me up with him. Right. It was cool, man. You know, great advice from the legend. I call him the legend, man. Yeah. You know, the legend. Great advice, great conversation, nothing but positivity.
Right.
With the homies. So what's up? QL Little Rob, QL MTO, and all the homies, man. All the homies that are supporting.
Awesome. Well,
my homie Saint, what's up?
So we could definitely expect something new 2021.
2021, Simon. I got videos. I want to encourage everyone, if you have heard of me and you like my música, go on there. That's what I have right now.
Okay.
The YouTube channel.
Okay. And what's the name of the YouTube channel?
It's called Knightmare Official.
Knightmare Official. Okay.
Knightmare with the K, Official.
That'll work.
And that's that. And I got my Instagram and everything, man. Just follow me on Facebook. That's where I'm at the most.
Okay.
Facebook. I don't even know how to fucking work Instagram. But I seen it, though. I seen you guys know how to work that shit.
I'm better at Instagram than I am Facebook. But to me, right? Facebook, even though I'm an old fool from the old school, you know what? Yeah. I really don't fuck with Facebook, bro.
Yeah, Facebook is my shit. I don't know for what reason though, but I like Facebook though.
That'll work.
But I'm trying to get it together with Instagram.
Okay, that'll work, man. Well, first and foremost, I'm gonna tell you thank you for coming through, hanging out with me,
carnal. And it's a pleasure.
Yes,
meeting you for the. It was long awaited.
Yes,
long awaited.
And you know what? This won't be the last time you'll be here.
So you'll get it.
All right. Other than that, we're going to go ahead and take a 10-minute break. So we're going to come right back after a 10-minute break. Don't fuck around. 10 minutes. And you know who just walked in? The Mexican Trap Queen. You know that?
Orale. I think I seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I saw her
we'll
walk
be back
in.
10 minutes. Don't fuck around.
Simon Nightmare.
Bring us in, cousin.
All right.
Let's do this.
Everyone ready?
Yep.
All right. Hold on, I got a message.
Okay, check it real quick, and then we're ready. We're up in the fucking building. Oh shit, my microphone went down. But anyways,
the process of reinventing who you are never ceases.
For you to become that person, you can't listen to other people. Like I tell them, it's not a dream, it's a plan you put in motion.
You constantly throughout life have to reinvent yourself.
You're going to go through some shit. If you're going to do it, you're going to do it. Go all the way. Don't stop.
Believe in yourself.
Hard work, that's all it is. I would just say if you got your heart on it, just give it your all. Make sure that the message, whatever you're saying, it means something. It means something and it'll impact everybody in a positive way. It'll give people the strength to keep going.
You got to always have faith in yourself. Don't listen to other people. Listen to yourself.
Subscribe to something
Subscribe.
dope.
be ready for all this shit. Be ready, everybody. You've been warned.
A Rhodium mixtape to me was something that was made just for the Rhodium. You wouldn't hear it anywhere else. And they would do raps on those tapes that were nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? And they were truly the first mixtapes that we ever heard, you know? And they would shout the Rhodium out, and you could kind of tell it was like someone's garage, maybe. The little echo, you know what I mean? It wasn't completely perfect and polished yet, but that was the beauty of it, that it was so raw that we could feel that shit. And I would just play them shits and draw. That was my inspiration, my motivation to draw. So I always had to have some type of music, you know? If it wasn't the Dynamic Superiors or the Temporis or some funk playing, it was, you know, second to none. It was quick. It was the Penthouse Players, you know, High C. And Tony G was at that time was like a god too. You know what I'm saying? He was out there DJing Latin freestyle parties, and all the girls had their hairspray like a lion and shit, and hickeys on their neck, and man, pushing strollers, and we'd be like, ooh, look at, you know, these parties at La Casa and shit, you know what I'm saying, in downtown, and mini trucks and beds were folded in the air like transformers and shit in the boulevard, coming up, changing and flipping, and subwoofers beating before the person even hit the corner. You get goosebumps. Like, damn, and Elko would bend the corner on Dayton's, and you were like, ooh, that fool's strapped right there. That fool gotta be strapped. Motherfucker had candy ribbons, little Willie ribbons from Compton on the side of his shit. Jerry curl dripping all over his shit. Bent over to the side, bumping that fucking Rhodium shit. And he had a tape that only came from right there. And if you didn't know about that place or you didn't live in that area, you didn't have that shit. So that's kind of one up that the harbor area had on a lot of other people. Compton was next door, but that harbor area was ended in Gardena. You know what I'm saying? So, man, those were great times, man.
A Rhodium mixtape is like a kilo of cocaine. It's like a kilo of amigo powder. You get that shit, you cut that motherfucker open, and you put it in your motherfucking CD player, and you start listening, and you be like, that's dope, shit, this is dope. How you do that? But really, a Rhodium mixtape, bro, if you haven't experienced it, and you was in hip-hop back then, I don't know what the hell you was doing. You done fucked up. A Rhodium mixtape is like, it's a kilo of cocaine. Music-wise, I'm saying, motherfucker.
Man, that's a little tough, but I'll tell you what, it was the best thing ever for me, man. It was just kind of like something you never heard about. And especially West Coast was not getting that shine at the time, you know? So you would go to this place and they would make a custom tape, like, you know? And not knowing what it was just the sound that came out of those tapes that, if I'm correct, you'd have to, like, I would be fiending for those things if it was monthly, if not sometimes bi-monthly, but a tape, it was just a mixture of the latest songs all mixed together. But the intro had like this crazy mix that I at the time I believed that it was like 4 turntables at the same time. But I was like, how the hell are they doing this? Like, was it Superman behind the turntables or something like that? But a mixtape was a real mixtape. It was actually a cassette too, you know, just for the record.
Ice Cube getting dumb at the Roadium with the funky drum, and you know my man Steve can get some. With a fool like Tony A when he plays stupid dope shit by WA. You wanna spray? Dumb motherfuckers, no doubt. And sucker DJ, get the fuck out. Tony A.
What did you say your name was? What did you say your name?
Tony A.
I have won 1 million battles. Lights, cameras, action, sound. Give me that mic, I'm about to go down. Thinking of a master plan.
This story's funny. I met this girl and she had money.
Wow. The instrumentation of, or the importance of the Rhodium Swap Meet and the mixtapes in the careers of Eazy-E and NWA and Dre and Yella and a lot of other folks too, even Battle Cat, you know, was very, very high because, again, they needed an outlet, particularly when people weren't really checking for them and that sound that they were trying to create elsewhere. At the Roadium, you had at least a way to sort of mass market your stuff and have people listen to it and give it an opportunity and give it a chance. And because Steve believed in and already had a relationship with Dre and Yella, he was more open to allow them to do that. And they were doing mixtapes for him too. Dre was doing them, Yella was doing them. So you could squeeze in, or they could squeeze in or sneak in some of that NWA stuff. So when people bought the mixtapes and they heard the songs in there, yo, what's that song? It's dope, I wanna hear that again. So it was a way to really market NWA and market the material that they had that wasn't getting, you know, let's say the radio play or getting the distribution that it needed at that time. Steve is definitely a part of the beginning, and he was there, gave everybody a voice, and that was in the beginning. It gave everybody inspiration to want to do more, like you, made you want to do more, like me, made me want to do more, like you, everybody, Ren. It goes down. The list is so long on how the Rhodium swap meet inspired people to be able to put music out, because people couldn't put music out there. You know what I'm saying? So if you get your little song and you put it on the Rhodium swap meet, it'll be all over LA. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to press up no records back in there. Well, you did, but if you got them to Steve, they would be on the mixtape, because he would put them on the mixtape. And I remember he was bringing the big crate, and Steve, you get the crate and put them diamond style, and he would pick them up, give them to Drake, 4-track. They had the 4-track right there, and Steve would just sit there the whole day. They sit there the whole day. So I just remember that. I mean, a lot of stuff happened back then. We went our separate ways, but at some point, I still always remember. It's like your first grade teacher, you know her name.
Welcome back, everybody, to Roadium Radio, episode 127. Did I get it right? 127? Okay. I always keep wanting to say 125 or 126, but it's 127. So, but you know what? We're just going to go ahead and jump right into it with our very special guest, the ones you all been waiting for, Dalia Z, the Mexican trap queen, in the building.
Hey, thank you, Tony.
How you doing?
Gracias. I'm doing very good. Thank you so much for having me here. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, you know what? It's a pleasure to have you here, because I know in the past, I think it was sometime last year, we talked. We had a schedule set, and then something happened. Unfortunately, things like that happen. People want to be rescheduled, but we made it happen.
Yes.
So, and I'm glad you're here.
Just to be here.
Just like when we talked over the phone, I've always said, you know what, that this platform was created especially for independent artists, especially people that I like to push as far as Raza is concerned, I feel that we need that extra push. We need a little bit of that limelight. So I'm here to shine light on people like yourself.
And I want to thank you for that. Congratulations on your show. I love your show. And I want to thank you just for doing something for the Raza.
Thank you.
It's really, I love it. And, thank you, because we really definitely needed this.
Thank you.
We need this.
And you know what? I encourage people as well that, they should start their own podcast. They should put people on as well and promote, not just pick and choose, but give everybody an opportunity, And that's what I want to do. If there's anything that I want to be remembered for, is that I helped our people. That's what I want to do.
And there's not too many of this,
Right.
Too many Raza trying to help the Raza,
Right.
And I love this. Yeah.
Awesome. So now, today is Sunday. I'm a sports guy. Do you watch any sports at all?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not really into sports. But, because I'm Mexican, we love boxing.
Boxing.
That's basically, I watch boxing because, I grew up watching boxing.
Okay.
But no, I'm not really into sports unless, I go because there's something to do. But no.
Okay. Have you ever tried giving football a chance? Because most people don't understand it.
Yeah, I kind of don't. I kind of don't understand it.
Okay.
I know, yeah.
Okay. What about soccer? You like soccer at all?
No, I never really been into it.
Really?
Yeah, I never, I was more I'll play sport. I used to run, I used to be in track. And I work out a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm really into working out. Don't get me wrong, but me watching sports, sitting there and or being excited about going to a game,
It's like, I'm good with that. Okay. Now, you ever attended any boxing matches?
I have, in Vegas, but not when I was,
okay,
with my family when I was younger, but no.
I'm more of late 1980s, early 90s boxing fan. Of course, Julio Cesar Chavez.
Yes.
Of course, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, and all those greats.
I love Mike Tyson.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Everybody does, And I just sometimes I look at Mike Tyson, and we always think, man, if he would have just kept his head on straight, he would have probably been the greatest, even though some people do consider him the greatest ever, But that guy, I'll tell you something. I don't know if you ever had a chance to meet Mike Tyson. Okay, I met Mike Tyson in his prime. And we were in a club, and I was with the group that I was with, and we're all walking. I'm the last one. They're all shaking hands. They're all shaking hands with him. Then finally comes my turn, and this man was literally like this, and I'm not talking about fat, pero
really
the más de grande, that big, and it was so intimidating. I don't care, even with his small voice. Hey, what's up? Even though he talked like that, didn't matter. His size was intimidating. Me dio miedo. Yeah. You know, I was like, holy shit. Now, I was always in Vegas, and I got to meet all my favorite boxers, okay? Because I would say boxing was my number one sport, then football. Yes. But I met Julio Cesar Chavez.
Really?
Yes. Now, Tyson intimidated me. One thing that kind of like made me go, about Julio, when I shook his hands, he had the softest hands in the world.
Really?
And you know, he's a naturally heavy-handed boxer, knocking everybody out. But his hands were like, ay, wey. Like, it was unbelievable. But yeah. So those are my two boxing legend experiences.
Because I don't know if you know, but in Mexico, like, we don't pay for fights.
No?
Like, boxing is so big over there. No. Like, that's why everybody watches boxing, because the fights are, we can get them for, we don't have to pay for them. That's how big boxing is in Mexico. Yeah.
And over here, almost $100 for pay-per-view. Wow. Okay, well, now let me ask you this. Just to back up just a little bit, how was your New Year's?
It was safe. You know, I make sure I was somewhere safe. You know, right now, I kind of that's what I've been trying to do, is too many things going on.
Yeah. I mean, in this pandemic thing has slowed things down so much.
Yeah.
You know, you could hardly perform, you could do anything really, you know, so, and we don't know how much longer it's going to continue.
Yeah. I mean, it's already been, what, a year?
Yeah, pretty much a year now, yeah. Wow. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I still kept thinking a couple of months.
You know, I mean, what makes us think that it's going to go away? Yeah.
Right. Might be the new norm. Now, let me ask you this. Where originally are you from?
I am from Sonora. I am from Puerto Peñasco, Sonora. I'm from the border.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a border girl.
Okay, and were you born and raised there?
I was born in Puerto Peñasco. My family was one of the first families to get to Puerto Peñasco when it was like the beach and desert.
Okay.
So it was like 25,000 people when I was growing up there. Now it's like 250,000.
Wow.
So you can imagine how much it has. You know, so my family was one of the first families there. So they're like very known. You know, so that's where I grew up until I was like 13. And then we came to Arizona. I came to Arizona with my family. So that, you know, I was 13 years old.
Okay. Now, growing up in Mexico, going to Arizona, silly question, but how much different really was it? And were you comfortable living in Arizona?
Well, it was a big difference.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, you're coming to the big city. Like I said, when I was there, it was a small town. And I mean, when we came, my family didn't have no papers. I mean, we came, you know.
You guys just came.
We didn't have no papers. We didn't know how it was going to start. We didn't know basically how it was going to work out.
Right.
You know, like I was basically the one that told my mom. I always grew up thinking like, I want to go to the United States one day, you know, because we had, I used to come to Arizona when I was little, ever since I was little, you know, back and forth, but just like visit. And I always knew like I didn't want to be over there. You know, like I just wanted more. Yeah. I always wanted more.
Yeah, you wanted to see more. And most people that live outside of the United States, and I'm glad you're sharing this because we are blessed and fortunate to be here.
Yeah.
A lot of people, look, you don't necessarily have to agree with all the laws and what's going on in America. But I'm not an America basher, okay? But I will say this, because when my family came from Mexico, you know, they told me life was better over here. You know, that's what my parents told me. My life was better over here. So I was happy for that. But I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to live in any other country.
No.
In any other country. Now, in all fairness, I'm going to say this, okay? I've never been a Trump supporter. I really never really supported too many presidents, period, okay? But I will say this. If you go somewhere like to the Middle East, and let's just say you bash their prime minister or you bash their ruler or whatever, it's off with your head. They'll kill you over there.
Period.
Here, we practice freedom of speech, and we can pretty much say whatever we want to everybody, but that kind of, in a sense, makes us ungrateful. So I think to a certain extent, we need to be thankful that we're here.
Oh, definitely.
You know, so, because we could pretty much live out our dreams
Definitely.
here. And that's pretty much what you're sharing, is that you wanted more, you wanted to see more,
Yes.
and now you're living out
And
your
just
dream.
like Nightmare was saying, over there, like over here, we're so blessed to have so many things like food stamps, house assistance, unemployment.
Yes.
Over there, if your neighbor don't got it, then you don't got it. Like I remember me having to knock on the neighbor's door, like, go ask for 2 eggs, go ask for some taza de azúcar, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if your neighbor didn't have it, then you didn't have it.
No, that's very, very true.
So definitely, we should feel blessed.
You know,
to be here.
and to add to that, I saw a documentary about homeless people about 10 years ago, okay? 10 years ago, and they were estimating between 60 to 70,000 people just in LA alone are homeless.
I saw that.
You know, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, how? You know, you can get financial aid, you can get government assistance. There's low income housing. There's I mean, shit. Even if you go to jail, you get 3 meals.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we're blessed to be here, and I just think a lot of times we don't realize that.
Yeah.
You know.
And I saw that, and it really breaks my heart because I'm a person that I can't see that. I like to help.
Yeah.
I love to help. I have helped a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I honestly, like, I love to help people that actually deserve the help and they want the help, you know, because some people, like you said, they're out here, you know, on drugs or, you know, and they're young.
Yeah.
You know that they, you know,
Yeah.
they can do better, but.
In that same documentary, and correct me if I'm wrong, everybody listening, they were saying that the average panhandler makes about 500 a week. Wow. The average. Okay, that's a lot of freaking money.
Right? We're in the wrong business.
Yeah, exactly. So, and man, they're probably making more money than some of these rappers.
Yeah, I heard things like that, and I think that's, you know, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. So now, growing up in a Mexican home, whether it was in Mexico or in Arizona, what type of music would you say your mother or your father played that you were raised with?
Well, in my house, my mom listened to Luis Miguel, Lucero, Juan Gabriel.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Selena, Rocío Dulca. You know, and she also was a big fan of Michael Jackson. And she also was a big fan of Prince.
Yeah.
So she, you know, it was a lot playing at the house.
Okay. and those are all great artists. Mm-hmm. All great artists. Luis Miguel, I think it was in the late 90s, he released 3 albums called Romance 1, 2, 3, and where he remade all these boleros, and he like modernized them, if you will. Some of my favorite boleros was sang from him. You know, a guy with an amazing voice.
Amazing.
También Juan, you know, that was my mom's favorite singer, you know. And I'm thankful before, you know, my mom passed away that she got a chance to meet Juan Gabriel. So,
yeah.
You know, he's somebody that I would call, and maybe you can correct me on this one, he was like maybe Mexico's Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
So
definitely.
Yeah, he was that big. So
that big.
Yeah. So now, share with us, at what point in time were you introduced to rap or hip hop music? Like, around how old were you when you started hearing the music? Like, I always give my story. I was in 6th grade, and my first song was Rapper's Delight.
When I came over here,
okay,
you know, it was like 50 Cent playing, you know, Lil Wayne and all that. But my sister used to listen a lot to E40.
Okay.
And I used to really, I still like him a lot.
Really?
You know, yeah, that's one of my favorites. And, but yeah, when I came over here, that's basically what it was, you know, playing and what I used to kind of listen to, you know. But that was kind of like the first rap that I you know,
Okay.
I think, but the first like rapper that I listened to, it was, I don't know if you know about El General.
Of course. Yeah. El
You know, that
General.
was our,
Yeah.
even though he wasn't Mexican, but that was our guy. You know?
That was the guy that I couldn't remember the other day. We were talking about him. He had that boom, boom, mami, mami. That's the one?
Levanta la mano si te gusta marihuana. Yeah. Like, you know, that song is just still, you know, like still El General right now. Like, if you don't play it at a party, like, you know.
Right. El General. You know what?
But that was like, yeah, that was like the first actually like rapper that I remember.
You know what's funny? You're making me feel old because I performed and did shows with that guy.
Really?
El General, yeah. Cool dude. Real cool dude. And it was funny because we were doing an all hip hop show and he was on there, you know, on the card to perform. And I remember he was backstage and the way he looked on his album cover is the same way he would dress. And he would tell me, he goes, yo no sé, he goes, porque yo no soy hip hop, yo no sé cómo le va a gustar. But when he fucking went out there, the fucking crowd went insane. Yeah. They went insane. You know, because he wasn't unsure, because everybody else was doing rap. So his was a little different, so he thought maybe people weren't going to receive him or whatnot. So now, let me ask you this. At all, I like to ask these questions because I like to kind of dig inside the brain of a rapper or a trap queen like yourself. Are you a fan of any East Coast rap?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like 50 Cent. You know, I love Miss Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. And I listen to a lot of trap Latino, like in Spanish, you know.
Yeah.
Anuel, you know, the trap king. I love him.
Okay.
Know? And I listen to, you know, Brian Myers. And I mean, just some of them, you know, but not right now. I'm not really listening to anything, honestly, because I'm like working in my sound and myself. And when you listen to other things, then you kind of start sounding like them.
Very true.
You know, so right now I limit myself to listen to myself. And that's basically it because I'm developing my sound.
Right.
You know, I'm making my own lane. I'm the first trap queen, you know, like in my lane, you know, doing like what I'm doing.
Okay.
That it's 100%. So I don't want to, you know, I'm just trying to create my sound and focus on my sound, developing and so, but I like them.
Well, you know what it is? It's because, I did most of my production, I want to say, in the early 90s, all of the 90s, pretty much, Had my own studio, was working there. It's when we had 2-inch tape, you know. Totally different from today. People do beats on laptops. Yeah. Back then, we actually had boards on the sides of this table, So it was a different era. And I will say this, that when I would go in the studio and say I met you in the 90s, and I would ask you, what kind of artists are out there that you're listening to try to get a vibe from you? You let's just say you mentioned Lauryn Hill, okay. Which one of her beats would you say you would rap to? Say you would say this one. Okay, cool. Now I kind of understand where to go with you. Not that I'm gonna make you sound like her, but I want to develop your own sound, your own style. And what I would do, I would not listen to any outside music. Exactly. Because what happens is you start wanting to sound like somebody else. You start getting influenced by other people's production without even knowing it sometimes. So. And
without even thinking, you're thinking about that sound, you know, so.
Right. You know, it's funny. I worked with a rapper in, I want to say 1989. And there was a rapper, I was working with this guy. He had his own style. And then there was a rapper named the DOC that was produced by Dr. Dre, that an incredible album. I still think he's an incredible artist. This guy was influenced by him, that he changed his whole voice and his whole style to sound like him. And I told him, stop. I said, if you want me to work with you, I chose to work with you because of your sound, because of your style. I think, just in my opinion, that there's a lot of artists today saying, man, I'll just use Drake for an example. Man, Drake's what's happening right now. We need to be on that sound. Yeah. Now think about this. If everybody thought like that, how many Drakes would we have?
And not just that, when that sound is gone, then you're gone.
You're gone because you never had your own
So
style.
if you have your own sound, that's when you last forever.
Absolutely.
You know, that's when they hear that sound, then they know it's you.
It's you. Yeah.
You know, like when you hear Tupac, or you know that's Tupac.
Right.
Because he has his own sound.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to sound like somebody else or what's on right now, then, you know, that's how long you're going to last.
You know, and you're absolutely right, you know, and I've shared this in past episodes where I would listen to a lot of like Dr. Dre interviews.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the last conversations that I had with him was when the first Chronic album first came out. It was 1992, I believe. If not 91, but I believe it was 92. And I asked him, I had an opportunity to talk to him for a couple of minutes, and I asked him, how long did it take you to produce the Chronic album? And he had told me that 1 year. Now, to me, it shocked me because from the late 80s, when I used to be in the studio and watching work, he produced like NWA, Eazy-E, the DOC, the Above the Law, the Mission Lake, like all within maybe a year or so, okay? So I asked him, if you finished so much projects back then, this one project took you this long, why? And he said, because it had to be a hit, it couldn't be a miss. I created an album that'll last forever. Exactly. And I think a lot of artists today, what we're talking about, they create a sound for right now. And it don't last forever. They could be here a month, be the hottest thing on social media. Look, oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're just trying to be popular right now.
Right now, right. And I'm glad that you're thinking like that, that, you know what, you want your music to last.
Exactly.
You know. If you don't mind, name me some of your, if you have any, favorite artists or possibly favorite albums from the West Coast. I know you mentioned Pac.
Yeah,
you mentioned
like
40.
Pac. Yeah, I love E40. I would say he's probably one of my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey Hussle?
Yeah. I like...
Can you speak a little bit closer to the mic?
Yes.
Nipsey Hussle.
I mean, what else can I say? It's one of the ones that I can't remember. But yeah, I mean, like I said, right now I have, just been focusing so much on me,
Right.
yeah, that I haven't been listening. But I love E40. That's, if I want to go back and listen to something, yeah,
Right.
his old stuff, his new stuff, I like him.
Okay, let me share with you my E40 story. Okay. And, obviously, you like his sound, you like his style, you like his whole get down.
Yeah, I like that he put so much game on his music.
Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to say this, and this might trip you out. When I first heard E40 stuff, I didn't like it at all.
Really?
I'm going to be honest with you. But he won me over, and I'm going to tell you how. I didn't like his stuff. I was like, what the hell is he saying? What? I don't get it. Why would he say that? Why would he
Too
name
fast.
that song? Yeah, so here's what happened. We were doing a show together here in Hollywood, and E40 shows up. I knew he was going to be, we already performed.
Mm-hmm.
He was going to be second to the last. I think we were like third to the last. And he shows up. So in my mind, I said to myself, okay, I don't like his stuff on CD, but let me give him a chance to see if I like it, as far as him performing. I want to see his performance. Mm-hmm. And I want to say this. He went out there and tore that shit up. All the songs that I thought, songs that I didn't like, that everybody liked, he performed those.
Yeah.
But his whole get down, his interaction with the crowd, the way he rapped, the way he carried himself, like he won me over.
Yeah.
And I became that night a E40 fan.
Yeah.
And he probably doesn't even remember, but he gave me 5 minutes one day, and I said, I want to talk to you for a second. And he said, what's up, player? And I go, you got to leave? He goes, yeah. He goes, but I'll give you 5 minutes. And I said, cool. I told him my whole story. And all he did was he went like this, hugged me, and he said, thank you for being honest. That's what he said.
I know people that know him personally, and they said he's definitely like his song. He's a real one,
Yeah.
And shout out to him because he has shown me a lot of love. So
that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Okay, so now let me ask you this. Around what age would you say, or how early on would you say you had an interest in wanting to try to rap?
No, that's just been like a few years back.
Okay. Now,
So I had met, okay, let me tell you because it's very interesting. So I met this person, and this person was in the business industry, you know, like he was in the music business. So he told me like, hey, do you know how to rap? Do you know how to sing? Like, you know, I really like your energy. Like, I think you got it. Like, do you know? And I laughed, you know, I laughed. Like, I was like, you know, I wasn't thinking about this.
Right.
I wasn't thinking about being a rapper. Just to be honest with you, like, I was in the streets.
Right.
When you're in the streets, like, when you're waking up, getting money every day, you're not thinking about anything.
Right.
You're just thinking about what you're doing and the money.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about the future. You're not thinking, you know, you're just not thinking about the future. You're not thinking clear. And when he told me, like, I laughed. Honestly, like, I laughed. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm out here getting money. Like, what?
You thought he was just maybe just joking?
A rapper, you know, because I know many rappers. And I'm like a rapper, you know, like, and then I kept bumping into this person. And he was very persistent, you know, but like within a year in, I would say, like, I don't know, like, I was like, you know what? I want to try this. I'm going to try this. And I wrote a song. Called No English. And within a year in, like, he took me to a studio, you know, like, yeah, he obviously knew me and he knew that this was my first time doing it. So he took me to studio and it was, you know, private session. It was just me in the studio because he knew what it was for me. So we got in there and I recorded No English. So, you know, I put it out and the people really liked it. You know, like I had like people sending me videos with their kids dancing to it. You know, like they really liked it, and that's kind of how I started. You know, like I went and recorded this song, and after that, like I didn't really like how it sounded at first, but I was so excited about what I was doing that I liked it because of that, you know. But yeah, like I knew, like I kept hearing and I knew, like, oh my God, like I need to get better, like I want to get better,
right,
you know. And that's kind of like I got a taste of it, and it, you know, but still, like my thing was like, okay, like how am I gonna make money with this, you know, like how, okay, like I recorded a song and like how do you make money, like how am I gonna make money with this,
right.
You know, so that's my thing. How do you make money? So my friend told me, like, hey, it's a process.
Yeah.
You know, it's a process, and you got to keep getting better, and you got to promote, and we got to market, and, you know, and I was like, oh, you know, so still didn't go in all the way because todavía no sabía, like, y el dinero,
you
a
weren't
qué
sure
horas,
yet.
you know, like, like, so I still have, like, one foot inside and one foot outside. Like, I didn't know, like, how do you make money, you know, like, and once he explained to me, you know, like, it was like, I was like, oh, okay, you know, I kind of learned it little by little.
Right. Okay, you know, I want to share something with you that I think it'll be beneficial, hopefully to yourself and also to other people listening, that when I first started in this, I was just a DJ guy. Eventually started doing mixtapes on cassettes, okay? Just blending, scratching, and stuff like that. I didn't think it would ever go anywhere. And the reason why is because those were never my intentions. I knew because the people would tell me that I was a really, really good DJ, more of a battle DJ, cutting and scratching and stuff like that. And I always did music because I loved it. I've never, ever chased money. I've known people that are my age right now and are still waiting for that one big payday. And it may never come. But let me say this, because they're waiting for, instead of like, let me make money here, let me make money here, let me make money here, they almost like forgot about that. No, I want that $1 million contract.
Yeah, you can't.
And it can't do that. So they would ask me, how did you get your record deal? And here's what I said, it's the God's honest truth. I wasn't looking for a record deal. I was releasing good music just on the streets, and one of the biggest record labels in the world came knocking, and they recognized talent with me and my friend, and they signed us. And so I always tell people, I didn't go looking for the money, man. Just make sure you put good quality stuff out there, and money will come knocking.
Yes.
You know, so I appreciate that you're saying, you know what, I'm focusing in on myself. I want my own style, my own sound. You know, people are gonna know me for this. You know, so. But here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna press pause right there, and we're gonna come right back, and we're gonna talk about what he's working on now. Can people expect individuals? What can people expect from Dalia Z, the Trap Queen, in 2021? Okay. So, okay, everybody, we're going to go ahead and take a 10-minute break. So go ahead and get yourself some modelos, warm up some food or whatever the hell you got to do. We'll be back in 10 minutes with Dalia Z, the Mexican Trap Queen, back in 10 minutes.
This is your Theo from 110 South, straight down your mouth. With Tony A, the wizard. When Rhodium radio's poppin', the taco stays drippin' and droppin'. With John motherfucking Pocket Pussy Elkins. You know she felt it. So stay ready. It's gonna be a hard act to swallow. So take your blue chew and Spanish fly and enjoy the groove.
You'll call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody. Let them know that Rhodium Radio is live up in this biatch. You'll call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody. Let them know that Rhodium Radio is live up in this biatch.
Just do 1 2 1 2. Right about now, Easy E and Dr. Dre's in the motherfucking house.
Times are getting crazy. It's really hard to choose it. The Rhodium's a spot to get funky, fresh music. Easy motherfucking E and my homeboy Dr. Dre. MC Ren is in effect, and you know we don't play. The Rhodium is hitting, but you know you can't leave until you get a deaf ass tape from Steve. Oh Steve, oh Steve, oh Steve, just give me just one more tape. Oh Steve, oh Steve, oh Steve, just give me just one more tape. Oh Steve, oh Steve, oh Steve, just give me just one more tape. Oh Steve, oh Steve, oh Steve, just give me just one more tape.
Yeah, man, I came all the way down to the Roadium swap meet, man, to pick up one of them NWA tapes, man. And I talked to homeboy Steve down there, man, and he said I'm fresh out of tapes, man. How the fuck you fresh out of tapes, man? He said cause they selling like hotcakes and shit, man. Got my man throwing down. Hey, mom, what's for dinner?
Man, like the NWA and Eazy-E music hit the Roadium swap meet mixtapes first. Like when we dropped our records, man, it was cool putting your records out, but even though people knew who Dre was and I was and Cube and Yella before, they didn't really know who Eazy was. But not until, you know, Boys in the Hood and some of that, you know, Fat Girl and LA is the Place, that stuff hit the mixtapes, man. That's what kind of put it out there for people to know, like, what is this Eazy-E? What is this NWA thing? So I think it was like a big, big push.
The Rhodium swap meet mixtapes had a huge impact on hip-hop and the hip-hop culture because it was different. And, you know, wasn't nobody doing it like that. You know, you had New York, they was doing mixtapes, but, you know, you had NWA who was saying whatever the fuck they wanted to say. Motherfuckers wasn't doing that shit, speaking how they wanted to speak, you know, and what that did was open up a lane for what they call gangster rap today and the hip-hop culture. And it really opened up lanes for you know, pretty much for the West Coast gangster shit to get out. And nobody else was doing that, and it was just different. And people were scared to say what they wanted to say. And you know, that buzz came from Steve at the Rhodium swap meet, you know, working with Dre and Easy and created a whole plethora of good music and created a lot of lanes and opened up a lot of lanes from artists like myself to be able to come out. You know, I'm part of the tree. I'm a branch on the tree that Dre and Easy started. You know, and then on my branch you got Snoop, the Dog Pound, 50 Cent, Eminem, and all of those guys. You know, that's all on my branch, the Chronic. And that's what it created, man.
Back, everybody, to Rhodium Radio episode 127, and we're going to keep it pushing with Dalia Z, the Mexican trap queen. How you doing?
Good.
You enjoying yourself?
Yes, thank you.
Good. I'm glad you came out. And once again, for the people that may not know, you were supposed to be on here a long time ago, but due to unfortunate circumstances, you know what, you're here today.
Yeah, but I'm here.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So let's continue talking about music, because it was starting to get very, very interesting. You know, now let me ask you, do you come from a big family?
Yes.
Yeah, like a lot of brothers, a lot of sisters?
Not so much, but I have like my mom's side of the family's big. My dad's side of the family's big, but more my mom's.
Mexican families are just big. Are just
yeah, too big.
Yeah. Okay. Now let me ask you this: growing up, did you at all play any instruments?
Yeah, when I was growing up, we used to be like in the church. I used to play the guitar.
Really?
Because, you know, mi familia, como te digo, era un pueblo muy chiquito. So we used to be like all the cousins and, you know, basically all my cousins, we were the church band, you know.
Oh, okay.
So I was like 9 years old when I started playing the guitar.
And
but, you know, I mean, I never kept going. You know, I mean, I know how to play guitar, but I never took it serious or kept going with it.
Once again, I like to ask detailed questions because I'm just that
Yes.
guy. Did you, were you actually really good at playing the guitar?
I liked it a lot. You know, I liked it a lot, but then I thought like it was like I don't know, like maybe my hand was too small or something because I was little, you know, I was like 7, 8 years old, 9 years old the most. But yeah, but I really liked it. I liked it.
Okay,
yeah.
now let me ask you, why possibly didn't you pursue it and continue to play maybe, you know, the keyboard or whatever? Was it just, you know, I mean, why not just continue? Was it just wasn't a passion for you?
Yeah, I think it was more like a thing that, you know, we was, like I said, it was all of our cousins. Like we were the church band, you know.
Okay.
But it was more like a family thing, you know.
And who taught you to play guitar? Did you go to school or did you
in church?
Oh, so you just picked it up and...
Yeah, like in church, I remember like there was a, you know, una madre que ella era la maestra.
Oh, okay.
So she taught us.
You know, if there's any regrets that I have in life, is that I wish that somehow, some way, my mother could have put me in some type of like music class, you know, because if you were to ask me what instrument do you wish you could really, really play, mm-hmm. I would probably have to say piano. Mm-hmm. I really, really wish I could play piano. I mean, I listened to a lot of Beethoven, and I seen a lot of Beethoven documentaries, and I seen that there's a good movie called Immortal Beloved with Gary Oldman where he plays Beethoven. I see the way like he plays.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't know that he was a natural pianist. That's why he looked great doing it. And there's another movie que se llama The Pianist también.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a great movie, and he was a piano player. He actually won his freedom, if you will, by playing piano for someone. Mm-hmm. He was a Jew, and he was a German general, and he's thinking he's going to kill him. So he tells him, play for me. So the Jewish guy was dying of hunger, thinking he's dead, starts playing the piano, and he makes that guy cry. He makes him cry by his music, and the next day, that the general comes back, brings him food, keeps him warm, and pretty much tells him, I never did this for you, but I just want you to play. And so for me, it would have to be piano. Mm-hmm. So I wish I was good, but I just don't have the patience for it.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, when I was little, like all my cousins were like, you know, so when I grew up, like my mom, like we were the poor ones.
Okay.
My mom had, you know, thank God, she had a family that I was able to see things because she had a family that when I was growing up, they were like doing, you know, big things. They were doing great things. They were coming literally from zero to, you know, they were doing amazing things. So I was like, always like, why can't I do this like my cousin? You know, like, what? But to be honest, I never asked my parents for anything because I knew they didn't have it.
Yeah.
So we never bother them, you know, like worry them, you know, like never, like, you know, we was just took what we had and, you know, we made it work.
Right.
But yeah, like I always wish like my mom had money. My cousins were on everything. Every class you can think, even like manner classes, you know, like like they had every, you know, like they had it all. And I was always the one that didn't have anything, you know, like that. I wanted it, you know.
Right.
So I always grew up. I'm a person that always knew what I wanted. You know, like I always know, like, and it was like, you know, it was something to me. Like I wanted those classes, you know, but I never,
You know, and growing up, pretty much having nothing, now that you're older and you work for it and you have it, it makes you appreciate everything.
Of course.
It makes you a grateful and thankful and a person, because now you have blessings that as a child you wish you had.
Yeah.
You know, I shared a story here before, but I just want to share it with the people that may not have heard it. When I had first gotten my record deal, one of the things that I went to do first, believe it or not, when I cashed my first $45,000 check, I was 22 years old. I went to Toys R Us and I bought a Tyco track, and it was with the little carritos, you know, that you plug it in and you play the little gun and it just zzz. And the reason why I went and got that was because as a kid, I wanted my mother to buy me that. She could never afford it. She said, no te lo puedo comprar, no tengo dinero. You know, so I still had the desire to play with that damn track.
Yeah.
So what I did, I set it up and it was glow in the dark, pagué las luces, and I told my mom, come on, you're going to play with me.
Yeah.
And then we were on our knees. And she asked me, why did you do this? And I said, because I always wanted this.
Yeah.
You know, and it's funny because there's still things that I want to do today that I didn't have when I was a kid, but that makes you appreciate things even more. And especially because my mother and my father are no longer here, you know, so now when I do have the things, I'm thankful, and at the same time, you know, it makes you think of your mother and your father even more. Sometimes you wish you could have behaved even properly.
Of
Porque yo era un pinche diablo when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yo también.
Well, that's one thing we had in common then, right?
Mi mamá nunca tuvo hombres y le preguntaban, ¿no tienes hombres? Y decían, yo no necesito más, si yo la tengo a ella. Decía, porque yo era un diablo. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
well, you know what? We're here, and thank God that we're still alive. We're blessed.
but you know, Tony, I got something for you.
For reals?
Yes, I got something for you because, you know, tú ya eres muy importante, muy famoso. Tú ya dijiste que subiste de nivel, tú tienes que subir de nivel más. Yo te traje algo para que dejes de tomar patrón y te subas un poquito más.
Oh, man. Don Julio. That's a blessing. Thank you.
You know.
Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. As a matter of fact, I'll take some shots after. Yeah.
Whenever you want.
Awesome. Me and my boy Knightmare, and take a couple of shots. Anthony, everybody.
You know, esa es la bebida preferida de mi mamá. Y cuando yo te miré que tú tomabas patrón, dije yo, él tiene que empezar a tomar Don Julio.
Okay.
Claro. ¿Te gusta?
Yes. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. This
Porque tú sabes que los mexicanos, tú sabes que aquí toman mucho patrón, pero en México...
I know. This. Okay. Then I'm going to make a switch to this.
Exactly.
Hell yeah. Thank you. And I greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
So now, what are you working on now that people can expect in 2021? What can people expect from Dalia Z, the Mexican trap queen?
Right now, I'm working a lot. I've been at the studio a lot. I've been recording a lot. I got like over 50 songs recorded already.
Really?
50. So I'm just like, you know, getting better on my craft and, you know, trying to spread my music. And that's basically what I'm on right now, you know, recording, writing. I write all my songs.
Really?
I write.
So no ghostwriting?
Nobody can tell my story better than me. So why would I let anybody, you know?
Yeah. And that's very, very
I
important.
like to be an artist and create art. And, you know, yeah. And definitely, like I said, nobody can tell my story better than me. So I definitely, you know, I make sure that every song, you know, there's a special, is a story behind. I put all the truth and all the hustle in my songs, you know. So I definitely, you know, like expect that from me. I'm about to put out, like, in the next 2 weeks, I'm about to put out like 2 videos.
Okay.
And, you know, I'm going to keep recording and keep putting out videos. And, you know, I mean, I might work on an album soon, but right now I'm just putting out singles and keep putting out videos.
Okay.
But that's what I'm working on right now.
Singles, videos, keep people enthused,
Exactly.
keep people wanting more. Okay. And eventually, whether you put out an album or EP, that's still to come.
Yeah.
Okay.
And keep getting better, you know.
Absolutely. Now, you told me that your first song you dropped, I'm sorry, what was the name of the song again?
No English.
No English, okay. What came after No English?
It was a song, well, I had recorded many songs, you know, but I put this song out called, what is it called? Go Getter.
Okay.
Yeah, I put this song out, and then I put another song out called Spanish Girl. Okay. Just recently. Yeah, but, you know, like I said, right now I'm about to drop 2 more videos. So I have a lot of things. Right now, I'm just going hard, you know, and I'm just basically, right now, like the last year, I've been taking this serious. Like, like I really want to do this. Like I feel like right now I'm just like living my best life, focusing on my music, and just basically like growing, as an artist, and just this is like my new passion, basically, And when I have a passion and when I want to do something, I just don't leave it alone until, So basically, let's just keep growing, spreading my music. And
wow. Now let me ask you this interesting question. What is it that you think that lit this passion? Because when somebody asked you, maybe you should try rapping, and you kind of took it as a joke, but since you started, you kept going. What do you think it was that like, okay, now I got it? I mean, was it just the response you were getting? Was it just working in the studio? What do you think it was?
Change.
Okay.
I think it was change.
Okay.
Just wanting to do something else.
Yeah. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
That's a great answer, because you know what? I expected something like the way people told me I had a great voice, or the way, but you said change. You wanted something different in your life.
I think that's like the biggest thing that
Okay.
motivates me.
Now, when you first started rapping, what producers are you working with now? Do you still have the same ones? Are you open to work with different producers? Or like for an example, who produced No English?
Well, I had some, I have an inside house producer.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to the Bishop. Okay. And he, he's definitely been basically produced most of my music and most of my tracks. But I have worked with other producers, but no, like he's like my main one. Right now, I'm working with him, like he's my in-house producer, and I like him. And like I said, because we're trying to create my own sound.
Okay.
So I don't want to like work with, I'm definitely open, like I'm always open to new things.
Right.
But right now, that's who I'm working. That's who I produce.
Now let me ask you this: are you a fan at all of because you being Mexican? Are you a fan at all of like what people call today Chicano rap at all, or do you even listen to it? Or?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
like I'm a big fan of King Little G.
Okay.
I like Miss Lady Pink. Big shout out to her, and big shout out to Miss Crazy.
Okay.
She's a real one. You know, she definitely shout out to her. She has shown me a lot of love, and definitely like real recognized, real, I can tell. And she's shout out to her, like she's been putting in work for a while now. Same to Miss Lady Pink, Yeah. And King Little G, I have the story. So King Little G was the first person that allowed me to get on stage.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was Arizona. It was in Phoenix. And he let me open for him. And that was the first time that I performed. So big shout out to him because he showed me a lot of love.
Okay, now for the fans that may want to know, how did you end up meeting him, and how did he go about asking you, open up for me?
We met online,
Okay.
we just basically chatted online, and he told me he was going to be there, and we kind of just, went from there. We got it together. And yeah, it was a big thing, much love to him. He's a real one.
So you go to Arizona, they hand you the mic, and they say, go. Mm-hmm. Dumb question. Were you nervous?
I think I was more nervous before I got on stage than when I was on stage.
Okay. See,
nobody knew me. Nobody knew my song. So that was what I think I was a little nervous about. Mm-hmm. But yeah, when I was on stage, I wasn't that nervous, to be honest. I loved it.
That's a good thing, because I've met a lot of rappers, and I performed and DJ'd for a lot of rappers. This is the days when rappers had DJs, okay? Mm-hmm. And the guys used to be all calm, but as soon as they give them the mic, 2 minutes, all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And I remember some of these rappers, the God's honest truth. Hey, Tone, how does my first verse go again? Because I had some of their lyrics memorized. blah, 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 blah. Oh, shit, okay, yeah. Because they forget. They got nervous. As soon as they go up there, even some of their dancing, the way they move, I could tell they were fucking nervous.
Yeah.
So sometimes I would have a mic with me because they would always ask me, do you want a mic when you're on the turntables? And I would say some of their words so that he wouldn't forget.
Uh-huh.
You know, that's what we call like ad-libbing, you
Yeah.
know. So, but yeah, I did
You're
a
hype
lot
man.
for a lot of rappers.
Mhm.
And now, did you forget any of your lyrics?
No, I didn't.
No.
I didn't. Yeah,
Okay.
I did. Like, it was good, you know, and it was crazy because, you know, when I was like shouting out some Spanish words, you know, like people were reacting to the song, you know, and it was like, it was a crazy feeling, you know, because I knew that they never heard it before.
Right.
You know, and when I seen people were reacting to it, like it was like a high, you know.
It definitely is a high. The first Latina that I ever met, talked to, and saw perform was in Arizona, and I'll tell you who it was. It was a girl named Teardrop that rapped with lighter shade of brown on a song called Latin Active.
Mm-hmm.
She rapped at the very end. She just had a 16-bar rap. And they were opening up for me and my boy High C. And, you know, they're Chicano, so I wanted to support them. So I was
Yeah.
right there on the side of the stage. She went out there, and when she started rapping in Spanish, the fucking crowd erupted.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why I believe. Because I believe our people for a long time have been waiting for one of us or one of ours to rise. And they were up on stage.
Yeah.
You know?
When I was doing my songs, they were like bilingual, you know, like
Yeah.
half English, half Spanish. Because, you know, like I just learned English not too long ago, you know, and people tell me like, you got a strong accent, you know, so, you know, it's different, I guess, but I do a lot of my songs in Spanish. I do a lot of rap in Spanish, you know, like I try to put both in it, you know, because that's who I am.
That's who you are.
That's who I grew up. That's how I grew up. That's what I listen to.
Yeah.
English and Spanish, you know, so I know like what my people are listening to, you know,
Yeah.
and I mean, I love trap Latino, you know, like I love it, you know, and I mean, that's what I do. You know?
Okay.
And I see the people's reaction; they like it too.
Yeah, you know, but I want to ask you, because you said trap Latino, okay. I'm not, and I'm being 100 with you. I'd rather be honest than fake, okay? I'm not too familiar with trap Latino. Is trap Latino big in Mexico?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, it's more like, it's just rap.
Okay.
In Spanish, basically.
Okay.
You know, like, I don't know if you know Secan,
Yes.
Alemán.
Yes.
Big shout out to them, you know, like, yeah, they've been putting in work and Secan, and, you know, Cartel de Santa.
Uh-huh.
He was like one of the first big Mexican rappers.
Okay.
I remember, you know, years, and he's still one of the biggest right now.
Okay.
Because you know how us Latinos, we take something and we, you know, they'll be our favorite. But yeah, like Cartel de Santa, Secan, I mean, they're pretty big. I see Alemán already kind of coming this way, you know, but yeah, I think it's been growing more now.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. The reason why I'm saying, because of the name trap, okay, I got younger homies that are more familiar with that style than, because growing up, it was just rap for us. And I know it's kind of is it safe to say a different genre, calling it trap but that's the reason why I'm asking, like, for an example, is reggaeton big in Mexico?
Oh, yeah.
It's big as well, too, huh? I mean, I know reggaeton pretty much done took over a lot of places, a lot of spots. And the people that are doing it are holding it down strong,
Yeah.
you know. Are you dabbling in any reggaeton music at all?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I like it a lot. You know, I like
Okay.
Bad Bunny. I like I was saying, Brian Mayer. I love Karol G. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it. I mean,
Are you planning to do any reggaeton at all?
Well, I think I got some trap Spanish, you know, that it's basically like kind of, it's not reggaeton though.
Okay.
You know, it's more like, more like Anuel, like more like on the trap lane more than reggaeton, than Bad Bunny, you know? Yeah.
Okay, that'll work. But you know, people that do like
But I like
reggaeton would probably enjoy this as well.
Of course, yeah.
Awesome.
I definitely.
Awesome. Now, so the producer you're working with, he's pretty much your in-house producer. That's who helped create your sound. shaping and molding you as an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, and that's good. That's good because a lot of times when you don't know the producer and they're just throwing you beats, it's almost like I feel there has to be chemistry with the producer. Yeah. I think that's important. That's what makes great music. That's what makes a great album.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, back to the King Little G show. How long was your set? Did you do 1 or 2 songs or?
I only did 1 song.
Okay.
Yeah, I only did 1 song.
Now you get off stage. What was the response? Anybody that was great? That was dope?
Yeah, everybody was telling me that, hey, that was good. That was great. That was good. You know, that was dope. And I was just like, you know, like, wow, like, yeah, like, thanks, you know. But, I mean, I know, like, I was more like, I was thinking about the people, you know. Yeah, because I was like, you know, like, because I'm fucking with the Mexicans. And I seen the people's reaction. And it was like, wow, you know, like, I really like it.
Awesome.
It was dope.
So now, as far as after that, did you get booked at all for any other shows from that one show? I mean, did you take upon a lot of shows, or did you want to remain like more reserved and not so much yet?
Well, I think at that time it was like right kind of when I had recorded that song and everything, you know, when I was just getting started. So, you know, like I said, I still had 1 foot in and 1 foot out, so I didn't took it too serious, you know, and I was just, you know, doing something else and just didn't follow up too quick, you know. But
right.
it was with time, you know, that it came, that I was, you know, kept going back because I was thinking about, like I was saying, like, how is this pays me, you know. But yeah, it was, you know, it was just little by little, I think.
Okay. Now
I didn't took any shows right after that. No.
Okay. Now, if we wouldn't have had this pandemic, you know, because obviously a lot of people depend on shows, artists do.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you have been performing right now?
Yeah, I think so. Yes, because I had talked to people about shows, like you said, right before this pandemic.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to, and I have performed at other shows, like in the South, in Atlanta, because, you know, I stay between Atlanta and Arizona, and, you know, Mexico. But so I have performed down there too. But, you know, like right before the pandemic, I was when I started going, you know, harder, and I was getting some things together. But then everything came. So,
you know, it's funny you bring up Atlanta, and I'm gonna give a shout out to my boy Lalo KV. I interviewed him here. This guy.
Yeah, shout out to him. He had shown me love, and
yes,
talked.
He flew from Atlanta to be here to be interviewed, and he was so thankful and so grateful. And I said, "You enjoying yourself?" And he said, "Man, it's like a dream come true to be here."
Yeah,
that's what he said.
We just flew in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. He called me yesterday. We talked, and he booked me for a June show to like host I guess a car show or
really?
a concert or something like that in June. So I said, yeah, I'll go. So he booked me. So I'll be out there in Atlanta June. Forgot the date.
Yeah.
But matter of fact, I'm supposed to get you that picture, so I'll be sending you the picture tomorrow. So, but great, humble dude, man.
Yeah, he is.
And he was just sharing how Raza is starting to bloom and blossom out there in Atlanta.
You know? A lot of Raza.
Yeah.
Mucha Raza. Yeah. Like, al principio, casi no, pero luego después I started moving around, you know, and I was like, wow.
Well, you know what? There's a quote that says this. They tried to bury us, but they didn't know we were seeds.
Yeah.
Okay? Because there's Raza in New Jersey.
We're everywhere.
Everywhere. That's all I'm going to say. I met him in Jersey, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Atlanta, New York. I met him everywhere. So.
I have been to like the smallest places and, you know, see Mexicans out there. And I'm like, wow, we're really everywhere.
Okay,
yeah.
Quick story. I go to Hawaii, Waikiki. By the way, I don't recommend Waikiki. That's like Hollywood Boulevard on the beach. I'm out there, and so I'm like walking around at night, and it says authentic Hawaiian food. Keep in mind, I hadn't met any Hawaiian people yet in 7 days. That's the truth. So I said, okay, I'm going to stop, try some Hawaiian food, whatever Hawaiian food is. Mm-hmm. And so I walk in, and I finally met my first Hawaiian guy. Sits me down. Cool. So what do you recommend? Oh, this. Okay, cool. Hey, can I use your restrooms? I'll go wash my hands. Okay, cool. But you have to walk through the kitchen. All right, walk through the kitchen. Guess who's in there cooking authentic Hawaiian food? Mexicans.
Yeah. That's how it be at the Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, sushi restaurants, everywhere.
We're everywhere.
Everywhere. Hey, here's the funny part. I go to sushi restaurants, and it's a Japanese restaurant, sushi is. But you got Mexicans and they, hey, how you doing? Sit down.
Yeah.
No, cálmate, güey. You know, you got to throw on that accent. But,
No,
you know.
they own them. They be, or even in Mexico, they open up sushi places. You know, like how?
Awesome. That's awesome. So now we're coming to the close of our interview. Is there anything that I didn't ask you? Anything that you want to share? Anything you want to promote? Whatever. The stage is yours. The fans are looking. Your Instagram has been up, so they know where to follow you. Mm-hmm. And once this show is posted, they'll be able to go to the description and find you as well to follow you as well there. So maybe one last thing. What can people expect? Once again, I know you shared singles, videos,
yes.
Singles. Anything else that you want to share? The floor is yours.
Yeah, you know, I want to say something. So I had done this this photo shoot, right, for my album cover. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people don't know, but I did an honor to Darlene Ortiz.
Yes.
You know, and I know I did it because when I found out that she was the first lady of hip hop ever, and that she was Mexican, mm-hmm. because a lot of people didn't know she was Mexican. Mm-hmm. A lot of people thought she was black. A lot of people thought she, you know, didn't know she was Mexican. So, you know, big shout out to her because, you know, she has also shown me love. And that's why I did the cover, basically redid that Darlene Ortiz for Ice Cube's album. So, you know, that was a big thing to me when I found out. I was like, wow, the first lady of hip hop was Mexican. Like that, you know, I think a lot of people don't know that.
Wow.
So I just wanted to say that.
Wow. Well, you know, I mean, you did it in a sense to honor her, to pay tribute, you know.
And not just that, because I wanted to be the first lady of the line that I was creating too.
Right.
So since she was the first one in her lane, you know, that's why I felt, you know.
Yeah, you want to start your own lane, your own legacy.
Yes.
And, yeah, that dope picture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Believe me, a lot of guys liked it. So
yeah,
that's a good thing.
Some people can recognize, you know, remember, but a lot of people don't.
A lot of people
mm-hmm.
don't, but it's okay. You still did it, and it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, other than that, any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, shout out to all the people that support me, all the people that show me love. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I love you guys. And, you know, I have a lot of things more coming. You know, like I said, I'm going to be putting out like 2 videos in the next 2 weeks, you know.
Awesome.
So shout out to everybody. Shout out to DJ Swell that supports me, and D Swole too. That, and you know, like just all these people that support me and that show me love. Thank you so much. And you know, I know that I haven't done a lot of interviews and people don't know too much about me. So you know, I really want to tell people that I do appreciate every single one of you. So thank you so much.
You know, I'm thankful for having this platform. I'm thankful for the people that are subscribed, people that are tuned in, people that are in the live chat, because this platform, it helps shine light on artists like yourself.
Exactly.
And that's what me and my team are here to do. Many people appreciate it. Some people don't. Why? I have no idea. But I'm going to keep doing me because that's what this platform is created for. Mm-hmm. You know, so with that being said, thank you, Dalia, very, very much for giving me the opportunity to finally get in this interview.
Yes.
You know, we've been in contact for a while. Whatever I can do to help further your career, that's what we're here for. So once again, thank you, and much love, much respect, and much success to you.
Much love to you, Tom. So, thank you so much.
Other than that, we're going to go ahead and give shout-outs, and then we out of here, and we're about to take some shots with this bottle that she blessed me with, Don Julio, okay? So me, Knightmare, Alex, my boy B Scanless. It's not be nice, it's be Scanless, okay? We're going to take some shots. And if Anthony wants to take some shots, cool, take some shots. If not, pues, more for us. Other than that, check this out. Wednesday, you don't want to miss out. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to have another artist here, okay, a musician that has his own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And he is part of a legendary group that their music's going to live on forever. And this guy is so dope. I'm just excited. So hopefully you guys tune in. Tomorrow I'll post up the flyer on my Facebook, my Instagram, on the YouTube community. So make sure you guys tune in. It's going to be a huge night. Much love, much respect to the subscribers. And have a blessed night. And Dalia, once again, thank you. God bless you guys. We'll see you guys Wednesday.